News here at 4:30. Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski is addressing the punishment that was handed down to quarterback Deshaun Watson for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. We're going to listen in.
I've said and tried to be consistent that I'm going to respect this process, and as you saw today, this process will continue with today's ruling. This is a jointly agreed upon process from the NFLPA and the NFL. This was collectively bargained, and so I'm going to respect Judge Robinson and her opinion right now until more information becomes available to me. So I understand that there's many questions. I'll try to answer as many as I can, but I also want you to know that it remains a process that we're certainly respectful of. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Kevin, you guys have used the word comfortable in describing Deshaun Watson as a person repeatedly over and over. In her report today, Sue Robinson wrote that Watson violated the personal conduct policy on 3 counts, including, as the league, according to the league's definition, sexual assault and endangering another person. Does that give you any pause? If not, why?
Well, I haven't been able to read the entire ruling. Jake, I think all along we've been very consistent, like you mentioned, and that was from a lot of work on Deshaun the person throughout this entire process. So I'm going to remain what we've said all along about Deshaun the person. I would mention Deshaun has said it that he is working to be the best version of himself. He's committed to that. He's said that publicly. He's said that privately, and I believe that.
In the Haslam statement that they put out, they said Deshaun has expressed remorse. In Sue L. Robinson's report today, one of the things she noted is that Watson did not express remorse. So I guess where has Deshaun expressed remorse?
Again, I didn't read I was out on the practice field, so I haven't read the entire report, but I believe Deshaun has told you guys in a press conference, he's told me privately, he wants to be the best version of himself. I believe that wholeheartedly. He's working on that, and I'll let Deshaun at some point speak for himself.
Kevin, how will this, now you do have some clarity, although it could change, how will this affect practice time for the rest of camp and the preseason? Yeah,
Jeff, we have our plan, and we'll stick to that again until more information becomes available.
Kevin, when you say you believe that Deshaun's working to become the best version of himself, I guess why do you believe that?
I'll let Deshaun address that, Ashley. I think that's fair to let him speak for himself. But I think just in my time with him and being around him, I've seen a person that both publicly and privately has said that he wants to be the best version of himself.
Kevin, in the report, Sue Robinson detailed that the massage therapy sessions have to be handled within the club. The therapist he will be working with, is it male or female, and how are they feeling given the allegations? Yeah, respectfully, as it relates to that, I don't have much to comment. I haven't been able to read all of that, but I'll make sure we will make sure that everything that is agreed upon is followed.
Kevin, I don't know if relief is the right word or not, but is there some comfort in that you kind of know what you're dealing with now, that you have it, there is a number in mind while it could change?
Yeah, I think, Tom, all along, like we've talked about, I've tried to just be where my feet are and operate with the information that we have available to us. So, this process is not my process. So it's agreed upon by the PA and the NFL, and all I can do is respect it.
Kevin, how much of it all do you see the external focus on Deshaun in this situation affecting the rest of the players on the field?
Yeah, I think, Tom, that's our job as players and coaches to focus on what we can control and do the things that are within our power, and ultimately to do our job. And I think the guys are doing a nice job of that. We understand the questions. We understand the questions that you guys have, but it can't stop us from doing our job right now.
Did you notice any change in Deshaun's demeanor today? Did he seem any different than any other day out here?
He didn't to me, Mary Kay. Obviously, I know with this decision that there's a lot of questions that everybody has, and I think in due time Deshaun certainly will address those questions, but I think where we are in the process, that will happen. But no, to your question, no, I didn't notice any difference.
Kevin, what's your confidence level in Deshaun being able to make good decisions on and off the field going forward?
Yeah, I'm confident that Deshaun will make good decisions on and off the field. Obviously, the on-field decisions, he works very hard at that with the playbook and meetings and being on the practice field. And then off the field, Deshaun's no different than the other 90 guys right now and the 53 guys eventually, that we expect them to be great citizens of the community.
Did Deshaun address the team after this ruling came out?
Marla, I'm not going to get into specifics about those type of things.
Kevin, what do you make of the response that Deshaun has received from the fans in his last 2 practices, including today, when they know that it could be 6 games and clamoring for autographs like that?
I'll be honest, I didn't really notice, Mary Kay. I believe you if you say so. Our fans have been outstanding supporters throughout this whole camp. I'm not surprised at the numbers that are out here. I'm not surprised by how enthusiastic they are. As you know, we didn't have any fans in 2020. Had about half the size of the fans in 21, so it's nice to see a full group out here. Nice to see a lot of kids out here as well.
Kevin, I know it's early, but how does the decision affect preseason games since Watson can't participate and hasn't played in a year?
I think we'll see when we have a plan, certainly for practice. As we get closer to the preseason games, we'll make some decisions as it relates to that. But my understanding is that he can play in the preseason games.
Kevin, when you talk about the practice plan, I guess, did you guys come up with multiple plans based on, severity of suspension, and this plan has just been essentially in your back pocket until the ruling is handed down?
That's right. So, as you can imagine, we're dealing with some uncertainties, and that's okay. That's life for a football team oftentimes. So we have a couple different plans, and we're going to stick to it, again, until we have more information.
With him taking a lot of the first-team reps throughout this camp so far, is there a concerted effort to sort of establish him as the leader of this football team and the starting quarterback on the part of the rest of the team?
Yeah, I think so, Mary Kay. I think more than anything, he's our starter, and we need to get him ready to play games. Jacoby's our backup. We need to get him ready to play games. Obviously, week 1 with the suspension, we expect Jacoby to be in there. So there's a point in our practice plan where we'll shift gears, if you will. But for right now, we feel comfortable with the plan that we have.
Kevin, this is an unprecedented situation for the team in the league. When that ruling came down, which was a sense of relief, I would imagine, but also were you surprised at the outcome? What were you expecting? What were you thinking?
Yeah.
No one really knew.
Yeah, and again, I think I would go back to telling you that this really is not my process. It's a jointly agreed upon process to have a highly respected individual to rule on this, and all I can do is respect the opinion of Judge Robinson. But in terms of surprise, again, I go back to I'm just going to be where my feet are.
It's been 4 months you've been getting asked these kind of questions, Kevin.
Has it?
Yeah. Does it feel like more than, and you knew stuff would be asked and stuff would come with this, but is it even more than you guys bargained for as an organization?
Honestly, Scott, I don't really think of it that way. I think, yes, to your point, that we understand that there are questions, and I want to be as transparent as I can with all of that. As the process now stretches into August, obviously I know that everyone here has shown some patience with that, but for me, I just got to make sure that I'm being as transparent as I can with you, with our fans, with our team, and that's all part of this.
Kevin, you said you haven't read the report. Do you plan to today?
I will. Yes.
Anything else? Kevin, there's a big female fan base that follows the Browns. What would you say to them just in light of the decision that was made today?
Yeah, I would go back to what we said when we first acquired Deshaun. And that hasn't changed. I feel incredible empathy for anyone who's been impacted by this decision. It's something that I don't take lightly. I've spoken to women in our organization. I've spoken to women in the community, and that's something that I'll continue to do. And our fans, whether you're a man or a woman, our fans are really important to us. So I want to make sure that they understand that and that they're never going to be dismissed in any way.
Hey, Kevin, can I get one football question in here? Jack Conklin off of P2P. That's got to make you feel pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome to see number 78 walking out here in his pads. I've told you guys he's worked so hard. I'm really proud of how hard he's worked. There was a time I was in here late June, and I looked out, and he's on the field working out with a bunch of the offensive linemen, putting them through drills. That just doesn't happen very often in late June in given cities. So he's worked really hard. It's still a process. He's not all the way back. We have time to work him back up to speed. but really excited to see 78 out there.
Is Amari Cooper okay? He was down for a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the full report yet. I'll update you guys tomorrow, but I don't know. Okay, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks.
Head coach Kevin Stefanski reacting to the 6-game suspension punishment handed down today to Deshaun Watson, saying he respects the process, hasn't read the entire 16-page report, and remains comfortable with Deshaun the person. Now, just before Coach spoke, Browns owners Dee and Jimmy Haslam released a statement that said they respect today's decision, adding they empathize with the people triggered by this process, and they say Watson is remorseful. They'll continue to support him as he works to show off who he is on and off the field. News 5 at 4 continues after this.